happy to share what we've been building at Agentero. I'm personally very, very passionate about this topic. Like I write my kids' children's books and illustrate them with Midjourney and write them with ChatGPT. So trying to bring some of that passion that we have for AI into our company. So a little bit about ourselves and just 30 seconds, just so you know what we're building as a company. We provide independent insurance agents with access to insurance carriers, and then we have a technology platform that boosts their revenue. So it's just sort of an agency in a box. They can come in and do everything from getting their appointments to quoting, servicing their customers, etc. So there's definitely a ton of use cases for AI within our company. And that's what I'm excited to speak about in the next few minutes. So how we started with AI. One thing that we did very early on is that we did what Charles was mentioning, that we did a hackathon. We do these on a yearly basis. And basically how we structured it, in case you want to mirror the structure, is that first we introduced the whole team to AI. People are at very different levels. We did a survey on what level of expertise you have. Most people had toyed around with AI, but we're not experts. So we did a little bit of level setting. Our CTO did an introduction to AI, and then we gave people an assignment. I've put there the link that we use. That's Andrew Ng's course on how to use OpenAI tools. It's easy and really awesome. Then what we did was that we had a sort of an individual brainstorming. You know, the ideal number of people to brainstorm is 1. So each one of us started thinking, how can AI impact my job? There was someone that couldn't come up with any ideas, and we told them to use ChatGPT and just ask, hey, I'm doing a hackathon at my company and I can't come up with any ideas. I'm in this role. And she was like, but isn't that cheating? I was like, well, it kind of is, but it's allowed. So it's not really cheating, but it's a fast track. And I think that's a lot of what's happening with AI, that it's just going to make a lot of our jobs easier. And for brainstorming and such things, I think that it does a really, really awesome job. Then we did team formation. So we tried to have at least one engineer and somebody that's closer to the business in each team, and then sort of sprinkled in with other functions. And then time to think, code, and deliver. We had some really awesome things come out of there, and some of them we've implemented them or were in the process of doing that. Went from everywhere from accessing company knowledge to developing AI for our platform. We had some presentations and awards there. I'd be more than happy at the end to go into a little bit more detail of what came out of that. I don't think that I can do a demo here sharing, but there's some working prototypes there. And then after that, it was all about how do we keep the momentum going, right? We've got everybody hyped up on AI, and we've done a few tactical things that have worked out pretty well. We've got a Slack channel sharing tools and all things AI related. We've got a shared ChatGPT account. The reason for sharing, well, first of all, it's cheaper. But the other thing is that, I don't know if you've played with Midjourney, but I think that if you see how others are using the tools, sometimes it can be overwhelming. You've just got a search bar and it's like, what can I type in here? So by having that shared account and seeing what others are using, I think that it makes it easier to jump into that. And then we do a showcase in our weekly all hands of the best use case of AI on a weekly basis. We're noodling with some concerns around data privacy and those kind of things. Our CTO and data infra people are putting some guardrails around there, because it's, you got to be careful also with the data that you're sharing. Some of it can be used for training future models and whatnot. So it's proprietary data. Gotta be a little bit careful with that. So anyways, this is how we got started with a hackathon, and then making it more relevant on a day-to-day basis. And this has then morphed into our AI strategy. We, as a company, love to use memes to express what we're building. So this sort of has 3 pillars, from easiest to implement to most transformational. We've got AI to empower our employees, AI to access company knowledge, and then AI as part of our product. The first 2 are internal. The difference between the first one and the second one is that the first one doesn't imply that we train models. The second one, we're training models with our own company. So that's the difference between the first and the second. And then the third is that we're using AI to improve our product, to give access to our clients, to our insurance agents, to AI-driven tools so they can run their business better. Some examples of this: to empower engineers, we've got paid licenses of Copilot. For now, there's Copilot X and the regular one. So I hope they'll make the good one more broadly available. That's coming pretty soon, because that's the one that's a little bit more transformational. Charles was asking before about the impact that this has. Reading on a newsletter from Thomas Tongus, he was saying that it should have an impact of about 50% increase on engineering productivity. When I was listening on another event of one of our other VCs to Fraser Kenton, who used to be the head of OpenAI for product, he was more bullish. He was around 3x to 5x productivity. So I think that the myth of the 10x engineer now with AI, it's going to be much clearer. And then we're also using it for other teams, like our growth team using ChatGPT. We're using some external tools like ChatSpot, that's HubSpot's AI-powered chat, and working pretty well so far. Then we've got AI to access company knowledge. Here we're, again, going through that also Charles mentioned, going through the questions of shall we build, buy, or do something hybrid. We've done some hybrid stuff. It's tough to get it right, because if you only feed it your data, then the answers that it gives are super narrow, and a lot of the times it doesn't even return an answer. And then the other thing is that if you feed it with the whole realm of information that is out there, the answers are too broad and not specific to your company. So it's a fine balance. And then we're also creating something to access all our data. And what we've done there that I think was pretty cool was that instead of giving all our data to the models, what we told the models was, hey, this is our data structure. Create the query, create the Python script that's going to allow me to get that data, so you can put it in natural language. Hey, give me the query to get the number of agents that have sold 5 policies or more in the last 3 months. And then you go and copy paste that. So that's a little hack to not give all your data to the models, but still be able to access your data. And then the third part, which is the most interesting one, is incorporating AI into our product. We're testing 2 things here. One's a lot of our agents quote with multiple insurance carriers on our platform, and we're using AI there for 2 things. One is to ingest data. I think AI is a wonderful tool to do that. So basically you can type in anything just in natural language. I need to get a home insurance quote for this customer, and it will parse that data, ping the APIs that we're already hooked up to, and return the quotes. And then once those quotes are returned, we're creating a quote recommendation engine so that it can help the agent sell those different options that the APIs have retrieved. Hey, this was cheaper, but it's got a higher coverage. It's with this carrier that's known for X, Y, and Z. So also provide recommendations there on what's being displayed. And then we have a lot of carrier appetite guides. So basically each insurance carrier has got like PDFs with thousands of rules where they're offering discounts or the class codes that they like to write. So feeding all of those into the model so that both our internal team and our agents through our product can query that and be like, I need to place a florist in Alabama, what's the best carrier? And it scans through all those PDFs and then returns an answer. So that's what we've been doing.